Hello, my dear Virgo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between April 1 and April 15, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So, I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and give us a clear view reading regarding my dear Virgo viewers' love life. So I want my dear Virgos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success. So a 10 of Cups, that looks promising, both for creative success and love. It's a very beautiful card. Luscious abundance of love and creativity. I also want you to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you about Mercury that will reach its eastern greatest elongation April 1 of 19 degrees from the Sun. It is the best time to view Mercury since it will be on its highest point over the horizon. Look for the planet low in the western sky just after sunset. April 7, the giant planet Jupiter will be at opposition and will be fully illuminated by the Sun. It will be at its closest approach to Earth and will be brighter than any other time of the year. April 11, we will also have the full moon. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Virgo, this is your future, and this is your now, and this is the past. So the now is probably the first half of April 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see it, okay? So the first card for you is King of Coins. So King of Coins is, of course, the Earth sign King, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So King of Coins is a person that has made their home their castle. They have made their body their paradise garden. So it's a person being very good at manifesting whatever they want in their life and also maintaining those things and taking care of them. So King of Coins is a beautiful authority in his own life, his or her own life, I should say. So we'll see. What about you as a king? We have the Tower here. So that's a very bad news sometimes for this King of Coins that's maintaining their beautiful castle and tower. But everything that's built on loose ground will have to fall. We can see here that this is happening by divine action. It's meteors falling from the skies. So it's very astrological. And it's hitting the pillars here of this tower, so the tower will fall. So it's like someone is pulling the carpet underneath your feet. So it might be big changes. You might move, you might split from your relationship, you might change job, something that's rather changing, like big changes. Sometimes it can be more on a spiritual level, epiphanies hitting you, like flash from the above, like you find this new truth that just comes from out of nowhere and hits you, and you might want to do a lot of changes upon that, seeing this thing. And for some of you it might also be like pregnancy, sudden shocking events, things that's just throwing your life on end. So this is in the past. So for some of you that's watching in March, this might be happening now. But for others watching in April, this will be in the past. The next card is the World card. So it seems like everything is in order, even if this Tower event is happening, because we are in a great transition. All we people on Earth, we are in a evolution that's is out of proportion. So we are evolving in our bodies in the same time where our lives are evolving. We are also sorting out all old karma. Everything that's not really you needs to be pulled away because you need to become your authentic self. The World card is you that has become your authentic self. You have been everywhere, done everything you know now. So it's a final test for you with the World card, but it's also it's a test partly, but it's also graduation. So it's not just this heavy, well, I'm getting so afraid and nervous kind of test. It's more like you have already made it. So you are great the way you are. You just need to find out who you are and not fool yourself with being in situations that you don't like anymore, that's not nurturing to you anymore. So you need to get rid of everything that's not you to find what's really you, that has been there also all along. The next card is the 10 of Coins. So it seems like you're very fast building on a new kingdom. So the Tower seems to be a very temporary glitch for you. With both the World card and the 10 of Coins. The 10 of Coins is a place of treasure. It's something that's important to your life. It might be a new home, a new place of work, a new relationship, moving into the next level in relationships, moving in together, marrying, getting children, everything that it's like building your life out of those blocks that's really giving you happiness and that you have been looking forward to maybe for a long time. The last card is 8 of Cups, so you still need to do some sorting, and probably mostly in relationships. The 8 of Cups is where you pull away from those things that's no longer is of any use to you, even though they have given you beautiful things. So, for example, a great job that has given you money for many years, but now it's time to move on. Or relationship that has been very blissful, but you feel that they are stagnant, or they are not giving you this new energy that you need, or they are outdated because you have grown so much. Because this is a person turning towards themselves, turning towards the moon. It's a Pisces symbol on this. So turning towards your true emotions. And an octopus here, so it seems like you have a lot of options, a lot of skills. It also looks like tree roots going deep down in the mud here on the sea floor. Past lives, past experience. So it's this time of re-evaluation, both of relationships, of your own life, where you want to go from here, who you want to take with you on this ride, and who you want to leave behind. So it's a little bit, it's a lot of steadiness, but also a lot of pitfalls where you need to make decisions and react to problems. Probably you need to react in a very stable way, a way that's very close to you, who you are as on your true inside. Here is the now, and underneath the King of Swords we have a King of Coins. Sorry, we have a Two of Swords. Two of Swords is when you're not really being the person that you want, a person that you are, maybe I should say. This is where you try to keep your the show on the road. You're not really want to see all the truths, maybe about people in your life that maybe making you miserable or stealing your energy. Or throwing your life on end with those Tower events now and then. So it's something that you need to see. You have this beautiful stability in your life. You have come to this point where you are your own authority and you deciding what should be in your kingdom. But still you are blind to some things, events or people that's not really maybe have your best interest before their eyes, but you want to be friends with them. You want to be on speaking terms to them. You want to have this nice relationship. So you are compromising yourself in this situation. You are not really truly in your authority. You are not really truly true to your inner self, to the moon here. So there's more to be done. There's more to be done because this Two of Swords card, it's about finding your inner peace, not by refusing to see the reality, but finding the reality and taking the necessary decisions. Actually taking the challenge of doing something about those problems, not just scooping them underneath the carpet, because what will happen if you do this? It's another Tower event. So you need to be very truthful to yourself, at least. You don't have to tell everything you find here in the moon to other people if you don't want to. But you need to be truthful to yourself at least. That's a start, to start seeing yourself, being aware for yourself. Maybe starting judging people a little bit. Start to judge your own relationships a little bit. See them a little bit from afar and see, make lists. This is good, this is not so good. And this is a time where we sort what kind of relationship we should have in our lives, what kind of relationship is nourishing, what kind of work situation that's nourishing, what kind of activities that we do on our spare time that's actually nourishing, or just wearing us down, just stealing our energy, just putting us down. So it's a time of sorting and a time of being brave enough to see the truth, even if it's sometimes very hurtful, and we put off making those decisions that we don't want to make. And sometimes that's good, because you if you let time pass by, when you have a problem, you will get more information during the road, and you will have a more stability to this decision. You will have more information, but sometimes when we put things off, the divine is doing something about this instead, and it's sometimes more nice when we can choose for ourselves where we want to go. If the Tower, it's the divine, sometimes whisperings, just like you should do this, you should, and when we don't listen, it's becoming like heavier and heavier things that we need to deal with until we really see the big sign that you are going the wrong way, or you are keeping people in your life you shouldn't, or you are staying at this place where we don't want you to be because your soul wants something else. The next card is the Sun. So this is when you see this, what the divine is trying to tell you of the things that needs to go. This is when you accept the truth and see the truth, and it's when the vision of yourself is no longer there, because the Two of Swords is when you see maybe the truth about what you truly would want, but you don't want to make the sacrifices to move from those situations to another place, because you know what you have, but you don't know what you are going to get. But here with the Sun card, you decide to align with you and trust yourself, and trust is what you want, and take the big leap into your future that has something else to give to you than what you have had in the past, that wasn't really making you feel like you were on the right place. You have maybe felt out of place, but if you're following the Sun, that's your soul. If you're following the truth, the whole truth about what you feel and want and need and like and dislike, you can't really go wrong here. And if you're staying in place, it's a better option for you to move with what you see, instead of staying in place and letting the divine sort things out for you, because sometimes that's a bit unpleasant. And here we have the Wheel card, so that's kind of when the divine take over the show. Here you lose all control of your life, because here comes an energy that's very powerful. You have Jupiter here. We are going to have Jupiter during this time, fully illuminated by the Sun. So all the things that you have not wanted to see, you are going to see them clear as day, and you need to make those decisions now that you have put off for future. And it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of people or workplaces and things like this. Maybe you just need to start telling the truth about what you see there, and not holding secrets because of the sake of the peace in your relationships. Sometimes I do this myself. I see my beautiful neighbors doing something that I don't like, maybe chopping down one of the beautiful woods outside my home. And I don't tell them how I feel, because they are my neighbors and they're doing such a beautiful things towards me. But if those cars would come for me in this situation, I would start telling them. Okay, I love you guys. You have been such a good troopers in my life. You have supported me like this and this. But every time you chop down a new wood here in this beautiful surrounding, that tears up my eyes. I have love for these forests, and you take them away. So that would be the truth. Okay, so it might be situations like that when people, nice people, stop holding back of what they really want, what they really see, how they really want to express themselves. So it can be minor things like that. And it's, of course, this is a card of revolution, so of course that could make a revolution in your life. It could be a very positive revolution if all people, for example, start to say how much they love the woods to the people that own them. Maybe they will think twice about taking them down. So this is about also our common values, things that we just endure, things that we don't think that they are right, but we endure them because we feel powerless. And here with the Wheel card, it's a divine power taking over our lives, but it's also, it's when we do those reckless things. Sometimes we do something and we don't know the outcome of this. We don't take the safe road anymore. We do something that's totally out of order, and we start to illuminate our truth, no matter the consequences, because we trust ourselves, we trust our soul, we trust the divine. You have 4 major arcana cards here talking about astrological events on a great scale that's going to turn your life on end and probably make you so much more in your true expression, so much more like showing your true self for the world. And here you have the 7 of Swords. So this is where you want to keep those valuable, I want to keep my valuable relationships to my neighbor. So I keep my mouth shut. I don't tell what I think about those beautiful woods. We see the leaves here of the dying trees also. Okay, so, and here's Aquarius. Aquarius sees things from above and keeps a watching eye over this. So start to see where you are not being truthful. Start to see where you are deceiving yourself, like I do in this situation. And you have the moon here, so start seeing your truth, feeling how you really feel on the deep level about those things. It can be a situation at your workplace. It might be a situation in your family when you are going to have family dinner. It can be when you go to the auto shop to fix your car, when you are saying nice things to the mechanics, but you really think he did not such a good job. It can be a lot of those places where you want to keep those old values. You want to have this intact. You don't want to go from the mechanic and feel like, oh God, why did I say that? It was so rude. But it was the truth. You weren't happy with the job that they have made. And here in this case, in this scenario, you don't tell, but you can start see at least those situations where you're not telling the truth. So like this bird here, this magpie, he sees what you are doing, you see what you are doing, but you can continue doing this for a while. It's okay. It will ground you a little bit to just see this and let it pass by. You don't have to change everything you see, every glitch that you have. You can just be aware that you are doing those things. And one day you will wake up brave enough to start telling this truth, but in a very diplomatic way, of course. Loving way. We don't want to start wars. We just want nice people to start telling their truth. So that the truth is out there for everyone to see, instead of we just keeping our mouths shut because of the sake of relationships or order or not being like in a conflict with someone. We don't like that. We are peace-loving creatures. And here we have a King of Cups. So you actually have many of the similar cards that we have for Leo. So it seems like there are big astrological events going on. You also have the Sun here, that's for Leo. So it might be that you're indicated in a relationship with a Leo also. The King of Cups is when you start, it's like when those nice people start to telling their truth. They start to tell the truth about how drained they're feeling in relationships and how fed up they are with things they no longer want to give energy to. They also start to see the truth of where they are lying to themselves and start to kind of ponder a little bit, what would happen if I told the truth instead? What would happen? The King of Cups is also you choosing people that's giving you this back. King of Cups is a very loving, nurturing person. It's the good father. It's the doctor or the shrink that's helping you getting back on your feet. It's that teacher at school that all the kids love so much. It's this person that's just radiates love wherever they go. So you can be this person and still start telling the truth and saying no to people. That's all right, because this is making you even more giving this love not only to other people but also to yourself. That's when it becomes really true, really from the source, really balanced, because you are as much worth as anyone else. So do tell the truth here with love and diplomacy. Taking care also of the person's needs that you need to tell the truth to. That is a loving way to do this. Okay. So the next line of cards is the future. And here we have the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is, it's when you start to learn new things. It's like when you come to a new culture and you learn the language and all the culture habits of that place and those people. It's fire mixed with water, and it's your soul here. The sun is shining in, so it's a very beautiful line of your soul will come here from the world. You being this perfect individual. Being truthful, and here being here and experience things on a level on the earth where there's contrasts, where there are differences, and due to those differences we start to learn, because we can tell our view to the person next to us. We can tell that this is what I see, this is how hurt I got by this what you did, and the other person might say their opinion, like I did this because this and this. And this is how we experience new things. This is how we learn. We learn to see another person's view. We learn to see another person's culture. We learn their language, how they communicate. This we can see this most beautifully in love relationships, because that's when you meet with someone that you're very attracted to, but nothing works, you know. It's you're talking different languages. Even though you grow up on the same street, you might talk different languages, even if you grow up in the same family. And you need to learn to get to know the other person, and to get to know the other person, and so that that person could get to know you. Both people need to be very self-aware. They need to learn about themselves first, so they can tell the other person truthfully what they really mean. And when this work is done, eventually we'll become like this. And this is when we are twice as experienced as we were before we went into this relationship, because now we know their world and our own world, and they too has become this experience. And this is when we have the sun. This is when we are enlightened, when we have become twice as much as we were. So both those cards are for love. And in this case, it's a very spiritual love relationship, and it's mirroring your very beautiful relationship with yourself. The Sun card is when two whole people is coming together in holy matrimony. So it's talking about you becoming whole. When you see your truth, you are becoming more and more your true self, your holiness, we could say. it's here you hold back, and you saw the truth, but you are holding back, and you're starting to figure out nice ways to say the truth. And here we see it's starting, you're starting to tell your view, I would say. And here's the Hermit. So that's the beautiful time when you get to know yourself. And it's Virgo here also. This is when you, it's like when a teenager move away from home. It's like when you move away from your society and you go into your cave. And okay, so this is how society is, and this is my viewpoint. So you find out your viewpoint more and more to that day when you are strong enough and solid enough in your viewpoint, so you can come out from that cave, or the teenager that had moved to their new apartment can come out from that apartment and start integrating with the world on a very truthful level, because they know now themselves. They have separated themselves from their old family, from their old social beliefs, and find themselves, their true expression, what they want, what they like, how they want things to be. And they have a vision. They have a vision for how their life is going to become, or for how they want the world to evolve, and or how they want their relationship to evolve. So that's very crucial when you're going to do this work within relationships, that you know yourself and your own footing. That's when you can be able to say to your co-worker what you really think, in a way that's very solid, because it's grounded. You know what you want and what you like and what you dislike, and you are able to tell this. You're so strong in yourself and in your own truth that you are going to be able to communicate this in a very solid way, so the other person also can understand and maybe start thinking about this, what you said, and come back to you with their true response. So it's very beautiful. Here you have a 3 of Wands, so that's when the communication starts, when you express your soul, your true self, all the things that you have experienced and all the things that you like and want out to the world here. The 3 of Wands is you deciding what your ship should contain, this ship that wants to come into you. I want the world with more trees. What do you want? So you need to decide what your ship is going to come in with, and start communicating this. It's like when an architecture should start to build a city. He needs to envision this first. He needs to envision the house, the singular house, and the plans for that house, how it should be made. So it's very organized, and he needs to see how the houses should be put together and where the city line should go. And so it's always starts with a vision. You need to have a vision, and then this is when the planning is really heating up into this moment where you start to create what you want. So here's the sky is open for you, and you can start communicating your truth to the world. And this is the second stage of creating whatever you want in your life. Dream first, decide, and then start to create this. It's like putting a seed to the ground, and you can't do this alone. You need sun and rain and soil to do their work, but you can put the seed to the ground. You can have the dream. Okay, so you have a dream. Beautiful. Yes, people have changed the whole outcome of the world by just being one person telling their dream. So that's beautiful. Here you have the Star card. So it seems like whatever you do, you are co-creating this with the divine, because here we had the tower that fell, and the divine saw too that this was happening. And this is you together with the divine building on the ruins from that tower. This is number 16, this is 17. And you're doing so together with someone else. So you probably have like a soul person out there, your most intimate relationship maybe, where you start to build on those ruins. You start to build from scratch again, from truth, hopefully. Here is like diplomacy on its worst level, just to keep up a brave face and to hold on to this, what you want. But here it's building on something more solid. It's built on truth and your soul. Stars are souls. This is our soul in our common solar system, so our common soul, and this is other souls in other solar systems. So they too have a soul, our celestial bodies. Okay, so the last card is Ten of Swords, that came really central for Leo. Ten of Swords is when your old beliefs needs to go. You need to replace them with new ones. And it's a tough thing, because you had your survival skills, you had your behavior patterns, how you were automatically behaving in relationships and in different situations, probably not so very truthful, probably not with your most true expression. And here those needs to be replaced. So it's going to be a little bit battle and a little bit struggle, because now you have, during this phase, you have started to see where you are lying to yourself and others. And here is when you need to replace those lies. It's like these swords are penetrating your old backbone, and you're going to have to get yourself a new one. Start to be brave enough to tell the truth. Start to be brave enough to say to people when you think they are doing wrong. Maybe step between when someone is hurting your friend or your child or some person at the street or an animal or whatever. You start to do this thing that you have been so fearful of doing before. This is the whole reason to why you have been so diplomatic with the truth. It's because you didn't want to do this. But here you go. You need to do this. You need to replace your old beliefs and your old patterns and your old way of doing things with new things. And it's in your astrological chart for this time. And not only for you, as we have seen, it was also Leo, but it's a star sign very close to your own, so it might be going on for just you guys. We'll see. I will go on with the other readings, but it's Jupiter in the Sun, and that's what's going on, and it's going to magnify all the things where you are lying to yourself, so you can become more truthful, even though it's very fearful for you to do this. So we see if we can get some advices for this, how to manage this transition. Okay, so we have the Diamond Dreamer. So the Diamond Dreamer is material wealth through prosperity. So this is what I want you to envision, you know, your new life, the new earth. Start to feel like how you want this to be. I think now for many of you feeling very tormented about what's going on a greater scale in the world, I think you should stop following the news so much. Start to dream forth your own future. Start to split away from this media circus where we are scaring each other about the gloomy future. Here is the divine telling you that you can have whatever you want. So you just need to decide how the future is going to look, both for you, but also how you want it on a greater scale. When you start to change your own life, when you start to change the person that you see in the mirror, becoming more authentic, becoming more truthful to what you really want, not lying anymore, that will change not only you, it will change the world. And when 100 people have done this, it will spread like so fast, like a forest fire over the world. So we are talking about the 100 monkey here, for those who knows that expression. And it's also in your relationship, when you do this change, when you are becoming more truthful to what kind of life you actually would want to live. This is going to help other people to do the same revolution that we see here in your life. And be very truthful to what you want. No half-seas here. Think miracles. Because if you're lying to yourself here, you will get something that you don't want. So think again. Think more miracles. You just have to dream forth the seed. And, you know, the rain and the soil and the sun will do the rest. So you don't have to do everything. So we have the Horse King here, assistance, control. So when you are stepping up on this white horse, the horse of truth, of your true feelings, true expression, riding high in victory, you're going to get help from very powerful people, very powerful deities and entities. So you don't have to do this alone. We can see this. You are very guided here. We can see that okay, so things are falling, but it's fixed. It's being fixed as well, healed with those. You are very guided and taken care of. So do this brave, and you will have also as brave companions on this road that you have chosen to create this whatever you want. Okay, so past life oracle cards. So knighthood and trust and faith. So it seems like, yes, bravery and truth is needed. Unicorn, vision of a beautiful future, something else that you want, and following this, following like your own holy grail, your own dream, and trust it. You just have to, as I said, dream forth the seed. The divine will help you with the rest. You are not the rain and the sun and the soil, so there's a little bit teamwork is going to be required. So you just have to be brave and dream this forth and be very truthful. Change what you can change. So, okay. For some of you, being in a love relationship, it seems like there's a little thing going on, like a lot of change here. Maybe people wants to be nice to you or give you whatever you want, but they are not really succeeding with this. And so it might be hard to put more pressure onto a person that's really trying their best. So I think to solve this problem one by one, instead of just, shutting them out, start to communicate very truthfully. That would be an opening up to this, because it's something that has been of great value to you. That's a little bit on stake here. And if you start to tell the truth, you have very, very people in high places that could help you with this. So you don't have to worry so much. Okay. So my dear Virgos, thank you for watching, liking and subscribing to my videos, and for all the beautiful comments. I want you to take really good care of yourself, and I hope to see you again in the middle of April. Okay, bye bye.